Welcome back, class. Today we're going to continue looking at the Industrial Revolution. Today we're going to look at three specific causes of the Industrial Revolution. We're going to complete our causes of the Industrial Revolution notes via foldable. So you're going to have three flaps, one for each of the three causes. One is the Agrarian Revolution, one is population explosion, and one is the energy revolution. And I will post a picture of this. We're also going to take notes over there on it in case you cannot see this the way it is written on the board. But today, I'm going to give you the notes that go on the inside of the flaps. And I'm going to do this in three different colors. Again, you do not have to use different colors. It just helps me organize my thoughts. And so the first cause is the agrarian, words are hard, revolution. And again, we've discussed that a revolution doesn't necessarily have to mean a war. But this is what will go under the first flap, the Agrarian Revolution flap. And so the first thing that's important during the agrarian or farming revolution is we increase or improve the breeding methods of the livestock. So improved livestock breeding. So this means that all of a sudden you have more cows, pigs, chickens, because we've improved the breeding methods so that they can produce more on their own. The next, think of these as causes of the Agrarian Revolution, which was a cause of the Industrial Revolution. So the next one, if the Industrial Revolution was a movement away from using hand tools and instead using new and improved machines, Jethro Tull plays a major role in that. Because Jethro Tull invents the seed drill. Now, the seed drill essentially dug the holes that the seed would go into and planted the seed afterwards. And it was able to do more than one at a time, therefore improving your efficiency, increasing the pace in which you were able to plant these seeds as you move forward across a large field or plain. The last one is the enclosure movement. The enclosure movement is when all your rich farmers they buy up all the land. They buy up all the farmland and begin this crop rotation system. All right. So the enclosure movement, rich farmers come about, buy up as much of the land as they can, and proceed with crop rotation, which we discussed and talked about was needed so that you could keep certain parts of the what's the word I'm looking for? Of the farm. You could keep certain aspects of that crop or of the land unused so that the nutrients could replenish themselves. So now we're going to go on to the next flap, which was the population explosion. population explosion. Now, population explosion also has a lot to do with the agrarian revolution because more food meant that you could have more people. All of a sudden you had the ability or were able to feed more people. So more food equaled more people, and the population kind of booms because as there's more people, well, not everybody can be farmers. And we already talked about how the rich farmers are buying up all the land to farm on. And so what you see is that poor farmers move. And they move out of these rural farmlands to the cities. And so you see an increase in major and big cities. The last flap of your foldable, as far as causes of the Industrial Revolution, is the Energy Revolution. Energy Revolution. All right. And so prior to this, energy was conducted via human and animals. You would use humans and animals to get your energy, to complete tasks. It all took humans and animals. So you see a movement. It's a revolution because there's a movement. There's a life change. And it's a movement away from humans and animals. So you get a movement away from human and animal power, and instead you're moving away from something, you're moving towards something else, and they're moving away from human and animal power and control to more water and coal. All right. So you see a movement away from human and animals and more towards water and coal, this hydropower, this coal power. And so as that starts to happen, one of the major inventions, and again, we're going to talk about some more major inventions of the Industrial Revolution, but arguably the biggest one is by James Watt. And James Watt invents the steam engine. The steam engine. And this is important because the steam engine would go on to power your factories. All right, and there you have your three causes of the Industrial Revolution, and then the causes of those. So the Agrarian Revolution, the population explosion, the Energy Revolution are all causes of the Industrial Revolution. Think of it as us working backwards. We had the Industrial Revolution, we talked about those three causes. And then inside your foldable are the causes of those. So these are your three causes of the Agrarian Revolution. These are your three causes of population explosion. These are your two causes of the Energy Revolution. And now, what I want you guys to do is you're going to give illustrations for each bullet point. And so let's go back to our first flap. There's 3 bullet points. You should have 3 pictures. Now, these don't have to be crazy, elaborate, and beautiful, although don't tell your art teacher I said that. But I'm horrible at drawing. So You can see here that my drawings are going to be absolutely terrible. But for improved livestock breeding, you can simply just like have a poorly drawn cow, right? With black and white spots. And then that one cow turns to 3 because of the improved livestock breeding techniques. Jethro told him the seed drill. You could have, before you had humans that would dig one hole and plant one seed. All right, this turns into the ability to do more than one at a time. All of a sudden, you're planting more than one seed at a time because of the seed drill. And then crop rotation. Again, they were taking their land, they were dividing it up. And then the next year, it was split up again. And each year, they would rotate the section of their crop that was resting or replenishing their nutrients. And so, tiny drawings to go along with each bullet point. So you have 2 drawings to go for population explosion and 2 drawings that you need to come up with for energy revolution. And that is your assignment for me. If you have any questions, reach out to me. If you don't understand how these were causes of the Industrial Revolution, do not be concerned. We're going to continue talking about this as we go through the entire Industrial Revolution unit. But reach out to me if you have questions. As always, have a great day.